All right. So, judges' introductions. First, we have David Grinspoon on my left. On your right. Oh, your left, too. The judge is right. David Grinspoon is the curator of astrobiology, an appropriate title for today, here at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and he is an adjunct professor of astrophysical and planetary sciences at the University of Colorado. A frequent advisor to NASA, he is lead scientist for astrobiology on an instrument that is now on its way to Mars on the Curiosity rover. One of his books, Venus Revealed, was a Los Angeles Times Book Prize finalist, while another, Lonely Planets, The Natural Philosophy of Alien Life, won a PEN Literary Award for research nonfiction. His popular writing has appeared in Slate, Scientific American, Natural History, Astronomy, the Boston Globe, the LA Times, and the New York Times. He was awarded the 2006 Carl Sagan Medal for Public Communications of Planetary Science by the American Astronomical Society. So please welcome Dr. Grinspoon. Next to him is it Robert Zakin? Zakin. Robert Zakin. Robert is currently executive producer at National Geographic Television. He is an award-winning editor, writer, and producer with 25 years of television experience and has created compelling content for the Discovery Channel, PBS, AMC, the History Channel, TBS, National Geographic Channel, as well as non-broadcast outlets. He joined National Geographic in November of 2006 as senior producer of the Explorer series, the longest-running documentary series on cable television. During this time, he oversaw more than 80 diverse shows covering everything from redwoods to solitary confinement. With his leadership, Explorer has become the highest-rated series on the National Geographic Channel, and over the last 4 years, the series has won a Television Academy Honors and 3 Emmys. So please welcome Robert to the judging panel. And we also have Eddie Goldstein on your right. Eddie Goldstein has been a professional educator since 1976 and a professional entertainer since 1973. This combination of talents has enabled him to create unique educational shows and demonstrations that are known throughout the Science Center industry for their accurate portrayal of science content in a style that visitors really enjoy. He has created interactive exhibits and programs at the National Learning Center, the Smithsonian Institution, and currently at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. As a senior educator in Denver, he was one of 4 lead members of the project team for Space Odyssey, the museum's innovative and award-winning exhibition which integrates immersive environments, inquiry-based exhibits, a digital information infrastructure, and accessible live program in a totally seamless manner, and it's just around the corner to the left if you walk out of the auditorium. Eddie has a math and engineering degree from Columbia University. He taught junior high school math for 6 years, then moved to Washington, D.C., and while working at the Brook Farm Inn of Magic in the evenings, created and performed the Magical Math and Science Show for the Maryland Science Center. He continues to perform an updated version of the show for educational venues throughout the world, including India, Trinidad, Canada, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and the USA. He has been a presenter of the annual Association of Science Technology Centers conference every year since 1989 on topics ranging from creating math exhibits to performing in museums, and produces ASTC's annual live demonstration hour. His software Colortrope won the Classroom Computing Learning Software Award for Excellence in 1988, and he's currently the Senior Educator Coordinator for Science Gallery Programs here at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. So let's welcome Eddie to our judging panel.
Xenobiology, exobiology, astrobiology. We've thought of a lot of terms for describing our study of life in the universe, but I'd like to share a new one with you, one that I've created and started using myself, cosmobiology. I'm going to tell you how I came upon this word, what it means to me, and why I recently discovered there may be some hesitation to its use from others. You see, I recently started a blog. When I wanted to name that blog, I wanted astrobiologist in the URL for my blog. Well, that was taken, so was astrobiologist 2 and 3, and as opposed to being astrobiologist 794 or whatever, I'm like, well, cosmobiologist, why not? You know, astronauts and cosmonauts, they're kind of the same thing, so astrobiology, cosmobiology, it's kind of the same thing. But after I made this blog and started thinking more about these two terms, astrobiology and cosmobiology, I thought maybe cosmobiology could mean something else, something more unique than just astrobiology means. And I thought about astronomy and cosmology, two similar studies, But astronomy is an observational science, whereas cosmology is a theoretical discipline. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be cool to use that for astrobiology and cosmobiology? Astrobiology can be the observational science of studying life in the universe, and I can use cosmobiology to describe more fundamental or philosophical or theoretical studies of life in the universe. I'm like, wow, that's great, I love it. And then just recently I discovered that cosmobiology as a word has already been in use since at least the 1940s for a much different area of study than most of us are into, and that's astrology. And it worried me at first. I was like, oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to change my blog's name. Oh gosh. And then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, no. I'm going to co-opt this word and make it mine. I'm taking cosmobiology and using it in my way. That's how I found it, that's what it means to me, and though there is hesitation to it, in the future I will use astrobiology to mean the observational science of studying life in the universe, and cosmobiology I will keep to mean the theoretical study of life in the universe. Thank you.
All right, judges.
I really liked the personal nature of the story, that really kind of gave a good insight into who you are as an individual. I thought your delivery and your pacing was very good. Your connection with the audience seemed good. Again, similar note, I wanted to know why this was important.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that also. I concur with what you were saying, which was the personal nature. This is about how I feel. This is what I was thinking. Really made it very interesting right off the bat. And I also think that you did an excellent job of telling at the beginning what this was going to be about. So, so on those things, very, very good. My comment is a performance comment, which is you move around the stage a lot. You are go back and forth, which can be distracting. Mm-hmm. And so, if you move on the stage, you can use that to support what you are, the message, so that everything is focused on the same message. As an example, if you're saying, on the one hand, I thought this, and then you step over, but on the other hand, I thought that. You see, then you can use your motion on the stage to add to what you're saying instead of it being unattached to what you're talking about. So okay. If you're going to move on the stage, then be conscious of how you can use that to support your message. Awesome. But excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
I really liked the way it was a first-person narrative, a story about your own experience, and kind of an unusual topic. You know, the kind of topic that grabs you in the way that you sort of go, well, why is he talking about this? And then leads to something, some insight, some profundity. I feel like you could have probably practiced it a few more times and developed it a little further to get a little bit more to the profundity, that what the question Robert asked of why are you telling us this? I mean, I do see why, but I feel like you maybe spent a little bit more time sort of kind of repeating the words cosmo, astro and stuff, and could have used another 30, 40 seconds to like get us into the profundity. So, okay, awesome. but cool topic and good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.